Hello friends, this is Jagbir Singh and today we are going to do foundation design. There are so many requests from my subscribers. So today with me is Mr. Vaibhav, he's my friend.
Hello
And he is
guys.
a structural engineer and he's going to do today's class for you. So now I'm handing over to Mr. Vaibhav.
Hello guys. Hope you're doing well. Today we'll be doing a session on foundation design. So basically we'll discuss first how many different kind of foundations we have. Generally we classify foundations into two types. One is your shallow foundation and another is deep foundation. It generally depends on their depth from their how deep they goes from the ground level. Generally up to 3 meters we consider a foundation as shallow, and more than that we consider that into deep. And talking about the types of shallow foundation, we have isolated footing, combined footing, mat foundation. These we generally consider into shallow foundations, and the foundations more than 3 meter we consider that into pile cap. So we'll start with isolated type of footing. So first we'll open a structure in which we can show you the basic example of isolated footing. So first we'll take a structure from structure wizard. Let's say a frame model, bay frame type, a default bay frame, and then after importing the frame we assign the basic properties to it. Let's say we'll take a member section of 0.25 cross 0.25 for beams and columns and assign to our structure. Then we'll take fixed type supports for it, as our structure is of concrete, and for that we'll select the base nodes and then again assign it. So the supports we are assigning to it acts like the foundation. The points, the nodes where those supports are connected will be treated or will be considered during foundation design. Okay, so now we consider two types of load cases. One is your dead and one is your live. In dead we are considering the self weight of it, and then in live we consider a live load of -2.5 kilonewton per meter square in global y direction with the range 0 to 50 meters. And if we want, we can also create load combinations. We'll go with the auto load combinations command and we'll use Indian code. So these are our load cases and load combinations. After that we'll analyze our structure. So it will take few seconds, sorry. Yeah, so the analysis is up. Then after analysis, now we need to go to the foundation design tab, over where we'll continue with foundation design, and we'll use all supports for our supports design. We'll consider all the load cases and load combinations for the designing, and then we click on run Staad foundation tab on the very bottom. So this is the foundation design window where we can design the different types of foundations. And here first we need to do some basic things, like we need to define our project data and units and scale, all those things related to foundation. And after setting up those basic settings, now you need to move up to the loadings and factors option. Then in loadings and factors you will find the basic load cases and load combination which you are doing, which you have imported from your Staad model. So let's see. On the right side you will find all the forces, loads and combinations which you have imported into your project. After that, if we want to create some load cases or load combination, we can also do that over here also. Like create new load case is the option from where we can add extra loading to our foundation. And moreover, we also have load combination option which you will find in the same group loads and factor by the name create new load combination. Over here you can also create the load combination which we have already created or imported in from our Staad model. So we'll not do any changes with our loadings. We just simply go to generate load combination because it is the most simplest way of creating combination. We just have to select our code, and on the basis of the code we'll get our combinations. So we'll click on generate load combination and load combination generation completed. And for the second type of load combination, we again click on generate load combination. It will again generate combinations on the basis of those Indian codes. Okay, so these will generate all the load combinations you have on your structures. Then on the very last option, job setup, we need to create a job. Like we need to define which kind of foundation we are about to do foundation design. So first we need to click on create a new job, and in create a new job on the right side you first need to define the job name. Let's say footing design. Then design code, we need to select our country, and then default unit type, imperial or metric, that depends on the requirement. We'll take SI, and then assign to all supports as obvious. Then at the bottom you will find the load cases, load combination which you have created in Staad model or in this Staad foundation window. Let's import all the cases and combinations. After that we'll simply click on create job tab. So it will create isolated footing job on the left side. Let's open up, and in isolated footing job you will find design parameters. Again open this design parameters. Now here you will find some options related to your isolated footing design. The very first is concrete and rebar. Concrete and rebar defines the strength of concrete, the grade of concrete, the reinforcement grade, and all the things related to the strength of your foundation. You can change these properties in the right side, or you can take the default values for your designing. That depends on the loading, the material, or the availabilities. Afterwards we'll move to cover and soil. Cover and soil defines the type of soil, the bearing capacity of the soil, the cover of the soil on the foundation, and all those things. Again you will find the values on the right side which you can edit as per your requirements, or you can take or you continue with these default values. Then after cover and soil you will find the third option which is footing geometry. Footing geometry defines the width, depth, length of your footing, like the range of dimensions, different dimensions of your footing, which needs to be provided to your each footing. As we are doing isolated footing, so it may happen like your few set of foundations are having different dimensions, another set of foundations are having different dimensions. That depends on your loadings, which will be considered or which will be calculated on the basis of these values you input in this table. And then the last one, sliding and overturning, defines the factor like friction factor which occurs in between your footing and soil. it again depends like which kind of soil you are having below your structure, like it is having some cohesive nature or non-cohesive nature. So it again defines your friction factor, whether it can hold your footing or it will allow sliding or those factors. So these will be defined on the basis of these factors, these friction factors. And after defining all these values, concrete, soil, geometry and these sliding factors, you simply have to click on this design option, which will start designing your footings according to the values or parameters you have already defined above. So it's asking whether do you want to analyze or design your footings. We'll answer it by yes. Okay, yes, we want to proceed. And finally we'll get the geometry design for our footings. First you will see a calculation sheet for each footing in this page, which is displayed in front of you. So here you will find the manual calculations for each of your footing. Here you will find the force values on the different axes of your footings. These are the calculation formulas and the basic parameters which software considered for calculation according to the standards which you have taken, like the Indian, American, whatever standards you consider, it designs according to that. So these one by one shows all the geometrical design, manual design to you of those isolated footings. After that, at the bottom you will find isolated footing design summary and design progress report. Design progress report first shows like which things got considered for your designing or whether the designing is completed or not, all the things. After that it will show you isolated footing design geometry, in which it shows the footing dimensions, footing reinforcement and pedestal reinforcement. As we didn't consider pedestal into our foundation design, so it didn't show anything, like the results are showing not found because we didn't consider pedestal. It is showing the results in the bottom of footing reinforcement only. After that, when we'll go for detail and schedule drawings, you will find the detailed drawing for your footings. Like this is for single footing, it has shown the detailed drawing, and if you will click on the schedule drawing, you will find the complete schedule for your different foundations, different type of means according to a series. It will define the schedule of your each foundation, the dimension, the placement, the coordinates, the forces, the reinforcement, all the things. After that, you can also save this drawing as DWG by this option, save drawing as. And after that, if you click on this GA drawing, it will show you the complete column placements, the isolated footing placement into your project, and also the sizes of your footings in this table. So this is these are all the data you will find after isolated footing design. So this completes your isolated footing design process. So this is the most simplest designing process we generally adapt for normal structures where the soil bearing capacity is good and where we are doing shallow foundation. So this completes isolated footing. And now
this completes the isolated footing, and this was the basic tutorial for the foundation design. We will be coming up with more advanced options and different types of advanced footing foundation designs in our upcoming videos. So if you simply want to go for those videos, simply subscribe our channel, and there is a small icon of bell. You hit on that so that whenever we are posting any new video, you will get a notification for that. And please, just to support us, please subscribe our channel and please share our videos on Facebook or any social networking site you are using. So this is Jagbir Singh and Vaibhav signing off for today. Jai India, Jai Bharat.